Today we'll be making uh, this glass over here in Blender, or I'll show you the bigger one. So this is the glass which we will be making in Blender, and we'll also make these rough surfaces, these berms over here. So we'll try to make it more and more realistic as we can. So let's get started. So this is a beginner's tutorial where I will be teaching you how to start from zero with Blender. So for the first, this is our viewport. This window over here, this is our viewport. So here you will do our most of the work. Here we'll preview, here we'll change our objects and etc. Here we'll do most of our work. So left click, I'll turn on my screencast keys to make you more visible. So my screencast keys are enabled, and you can see if I press any key, you you will be able to see what I press. So first thing first, to revolve around in this viewport, firstly we'll use middle mouse button, which is here. So you better get a mouse for this, because in laptop it gets very difficult. So when press middle mouse button and move your mouse by holding middle mouse button, and you will circulate in your viewport. Secondly, if you want to pan in your viewport, you can do either with this hand, okay, this is pan, or else you can shift and press middle mouse button to pan in this video mode. The second thing, this is our modifiers tab, where we'll modify the properties tab basically. So here we'll modify our properties of our object, like materials and its physics, etc. This is our object tab collection. Just it's called object tab. I call it object tab. So here we will see many object listed with what we have in our scene. So like camera, this light, and this cube. So these objects are in our objects tab. Now this is our dope sheet. Here we'll animate our objects. So this will not be used in our first tutorial. So I'll tell it about later. And these are all tabs, different tabs like our browser has, to make us easy to jump to our different tasks. So these comes too handy. So now we will start with our this object. Now what we'll do, we have to make this glass, this one. So this glass is roughly of a cylinder shape. So we'll add a cylinder, delete the default cube. So what will we do? To select the object, we'll press left click on the object, and then press X to delete. So press OK. So we'll delete our object. Next thing, we'll add new object from here, or by pressing the Shift A. So I suggest you always use Shift A, because it comes very handy. And if you're working to make some complex scenes, etc., so you will have to use Shift A, because it saves a lot of time. So I'll use Shift A to add a object, and then add a cylinder. So cylinder will be added, and remember that this cursor, so I'll delete this object again. This cursor is the place where every new object will be added, and you can move this cursor by selecting this and pressing uh, anywhere. So this cursor will be moved. Now I'll add a cylinder real quick. So I've added my cylinder. So now we'll jump in different views. So these are here we can uh, here we can rotate in our viewport and also jump in different views. So this is view, this is view, this is different view, this is different view. Or else we can do number pad. Just press number pad 1 to front for the front view, number pad 3 to side view, and number pad 7 to top view. Okay, so now we'll go to side view because we know our glass, the photo of our glass is taken from side view, so it will be easy for us. So we'll go to side view number 1. Then we'll move our object up a little bit from the floor. So to do this, I'll select the object. Sorry about this. I'll select the object and then press G, so I can move my object. But I want my object to moved only on Z axis. So I'll press Z once, and then if I move my mouse, I will move my object on Z axis. So I'll click left click to confirm. If I click right click, it will snap back to its position. But if I want to confirm, I'll click left click. So this is left click. I confirm my movement. Then I'll scale my object by S, pressing S to scale. So scale my object, but this is scaling in every proportion. So I want to just make my object taller. See, I right clicked to cancel the scaling. So to make it taller, we have to scale it on Z axis. This is Y axis, this is X axis, and the vertical one is Z axis, which is shown here. Okay, so I'll scale my object on Z axis. So I'll press S and then Z, and then scale my object a little bit to just fit my shooting. This one is good. So then I'll move my object by ZZ up a little bit. So now I'll add I'll just edit this object. I have to make this mouth bigger and this part smaller. So to do this, I'll just select my object and go to edit mode. Here I can edit my object. So I'll deselect all these things. These are vertices of which object is made up of. So I'll press face selection mode, go to face selection mode and select this face, and then scale it on every axis. So I think this one is okay. I'll go to front view mode. So this one is okay. I've scaled my object. Then I'll delete this face because we don't need glasses hollow from inside. So I'll just select this face and press delete two faces. Delete faces. If you delete vertices, your object will be gone. Look at this. So we have to only delete faces. So I'll delete faces. So this is our glass. So now as you can see, our glass has curves from here and here, some of the curves, and here is a seam where it's pulled inward. So we'll do that. We'll apply that thing to our glass. So to do this, we will press Ctrl R and add extra vertices like extra loop cuts to our object. So firstly, I'll add a loop cut to my object where seam is. So I think seam is here. I'll left click to confirm the location of the seam. Go to side view, front view mode. This will be easy. Then press anywhere. And then again press Ctrl R to add two seams upside. So to add two seams, I will just scroll my button, and this will add more and more loop cuts. So I'll scroll this up to 2 and click on left click to confirm, and then I'll have to confirm its position. I'll just right click to snap it into middle. I'll again press Ctrl R to add more loop cuts in downside. this side, and scroll up, scroll a little bit to add two loop cuts. Just press left click and then right click to snap it into the middle. Now this I have to scale this whole seam inside inwards. So what I'll do, I'll go to front view mode again. I'll pan my view to this, and then alt then press alt and on this edge to select the whole edge. So remember that alt and object to select the circular object. So I'll press that and then scale it inwards a little bit. So this is scaled inward, and then I'll do the same. Alt to select this seam, and then Alt Shift to select this both seams, like we do in our Windows Explorer. We hold Control to select more items. So here we'll select press Shift to select more items. I'll scale them outwards a little bit. Same with these. I'll press Alt to select this edge, then Alt Shift to select this edge, and then scale it outward. So this looks like it has overdone, but I'll show you. It's important to overdo this. Now our glass is too thin, so we'll have to make it more thicker. So to make this, we'll go to object mode again, and we'll add a modifier here to our glass. Select our glass, go to wrench, this is wrench one, and add modifier, and add a solidify modifier. Okay, so this will solidify our glass, this will add thickness to our glass, and you can adjust thickness from here. So if you go to positive thickness, it will add thickness inwards. If you go to negative thickness, it will add thickness outwards. So I will add thickness inwards just a little bit. I think 0.09 will be nice, or I think 0.1, 0.1 you can type here also. So this will add zero point 0.1 thickness. So after we have added our thickness, our glass will start to look thick. So this is our solid view mode. We can view our glass in rendered view mode, which is here, which will render all the lighting and etc. You can see here is light. If you go to rendered view mode and move our light, so the lighting on the shadows on the glass will adjust according to the position of light. And if we right click, we'll cancel the movement of our light. So we'll switch from EV. Here we'll go to render scene settings, and we'll switch from EV to cycles. This is more realistic than EV. You can see EV is less realistic, but it is faster. But if you select cycles, it is more realistic, but it is slower. So I'll select cycles for more realism, and shift my device from CPU to GPU. If you have GPU, I suggest you to select GPU. Now to select GPU, you'll have to do one thing. You'll have to go to edit and go to preferences and go to system. So here you will see here by default it will be none. You will have to select CUDA, and here you will have to select your GPU, which GPU you have. If you have RTX, you can go to optics, where you will have to select your RTX GPUs, and if you have GTX GPUs, you will have to select CUDA, where you will select GTX GPUs. So optics is where you can render faster. This is ray tracing technology, so you will render faster, but I don't have RTX, so I'll render with GTX. So I'll just go switch to GPU. This will render faster than CPU, as you can see. Okay, so go to GPU compute, go to front view mode. So we'll go to solid view mode again, and then we'll just simplify our you can see this is made with blocks and all. So because this has a less geometry, if I go to edit mode from here, and you can go to edit mode by pressing tab also. So this will be quick switch for you by pressing tab. And if I go to vertices, you can see this has got a short amount, just small amount of vertices, which is not making it smoother. So what I'll do, I'll go to object mode and go to modifiers tab again, and I think I should apply solidify modifier because we have done with that. And then I'll go to subdivision surface. This modifier will add more vertices to our object until and unless we apply it. So this will just view us. So I'll go to viewport and set it at 3 and render to set it at 3 also. So this has added theoretically more vertices to our object. Not yet. If we apply, then it will add. We have not applied it yet, so it has not added. So we can see after we have added subdivision surface, you can see some wrinkles over here because of extra geometry. So to repair this, we'll go to edit mode again. You can see the number of vertices are the same, so we can do some tweak here. So what I'll do to get rid of these wrinkles, I'll just add a control R again, another loop cut over here, and just shift it down a little bit up to here, which will get rid of our this thing, wrinkles thing. And I'll do the same inside. So I'll just hover my mouse here, control R to another loop cut, and then click on this. So we have added two more loop cuts to our object. Now we can see there are no wrinkles on our object. So we'll go to object mode again, and now we can safely apply our subdivision surface modifier. So remember that if you apply any of your modifier, like any of your modifier onto your object, you cannot revert that process. So please beware before you apply your modifiers. So now I'm applying my modifier. So and now, as if we select and go to tab, you can see extra vertices are added to our object, and object is smoothed out. We can go to side view mode and we can compare this image with our glass. So this looks much similar in our photo. So this is what we have got. In next episode, I will teach you how to add materials to your object and how to make it transparent, and how to add good environment, good background to your object. So thank you. Stay tuned.